Okay, we're back. So, like I said, we're gonna be continuing our quest to find Aether. Now, um, personally, my favorite one of quest-wise to do was this one down here, Poseidon. But we'll wait till we get there for you guys to see why. However, I gotta find something before we head out there. There's a somewhere. There is one nearby. There's Sunwing. Oh, there's Sunwing. I want Sunwing, so I want Sky Drifters or Glinthawk. Here, yeah. I think I know where Glinthawk's at. I think there's one here. Yeah, we're gonna teleport up here real quick to get a Glinthawk. First, though, we gotta go to this fireplace. Oh, she has another rumor for me, apparently.
I see you, champion. Sit, please.
Alright, let's talk.
If you walk by, you'll miss out on a good trade.
Be careful if you're traveling southwest, champion. Rebels have set up camp in the hills. I'm sure they'd be more than happy to dig your grave.
Probably.
Thanks for the warning.
The Hive.
Sounds like the Danath could use a hand dealing with these rebels.
No nonsense.
Probably this one? Yeah. We'll deal with them later, don't worry. For now, we need to... save our game. Hey game, can you...
Don't let the pretty
There.
landscapes fool you. It's
There. Alright, now we're going up here, and we're gonna warp to this guy. Our goal is to find a Glinthawk.
Blades around its eye. Good for digging tunnels.
Just move just fast enough that I can't get to it. Damn it. Not quite strong enough to kill them, it's still. Soon. Soon. I guess they are Apex. Oh.
I'll keep some extra on hand.
Okay, so we're gonna climb up here because I think there's a Glinthawk up. I saw him. Fortunately, he happens to be looking at me, because of course he is. Yeah, they're Apex Glinthawks. I can't do anything about these anyway, so... Sucks, but we're not going to be able to do anything with these. You get out of combat now. Where the fuck are the Sky Drifters then? No, it doesn't really matter. Might have been some in the mountains somewhere around here, but I don't remember. Well, that sucked. Didn't realize he wasn't looking at. He was looking in the other direction. I mean, we can still try to grab it, I guess, but there's no way I'm getting that particular one. We'd have to go around to the other side. And I guess I could maybe climb up.
Could use frost ammo against it.
One maybe? I don't... I'd maybe be able to get this one. This one wasn't up Apex. Can't actually ride this. Okay, never mind. We're fine. Turns out it's not what we need.
Up now.
Glinthawk's fucking him up, but we can't actually do anything with it yet, so. Got a pristine skull out of that, not the worst. Oh, all these things are looking at for me. Alright, well, back to our initial plan then, until I can find a sky drifter. I'm not sure what we can do otherwise. Crack. Why are you letting me fast travel? Not in combat anymore, game. Alright. Okay, well, we'll keep an eye out for a sky drifter, but until then, let's go. There, the broken sky. It'd be fast to go here. So, we're back on the main story, guys. Which will allow us to...
Gate of the Vanquished. Fitting place for Yara and Draka's challenge, I guess.
Well, Murkrow.
Bloodbath.
I have a question. Why in Pokemon are birds such assholes, by the way? Like in the games, Staravia is a fucking asshole. He'll just like fly in and attack you because he's a dick. But in the anime, Murkrows are pieces of shit, Ducklets are pieces of shit, Swannas are pieces of shit. I ain't going the right way. Okay, okay. The good thing about doing the main story too is I might unlock some more. Hang on. I might unlock some more stuff that we can use for our side stuff.
I'm getting close to Aether's location. Guy said it would be in some kind of physical processor.
What is this over here, though? So, this is the main story quest, so it's probably going to take us a little bit, but we still got an hour left to stream, so we can definitely get some good progress towards it. I'm just going to grab this Ridgewood along the way, because we are not currently capped, and I don't not being capped going into it. Can help it.
An ancient ruin. Turned into a Tanakh stronghold? Could Aether be inside? Poking around's not going to be easy with Tanakh's warriors everywhere.
Okay, we got this. What's this? The F-38 Razor Wing. This F-38 Razor Wing is one of only 4 surviving planes used by Joint Task Force 10 during the Hot Zone Crisis. A 6th generation VTOL multi-role combat aircraft. It was designed for air superiority, strike missions, close air support, electronic warfare, and intelligence gathering. Kindly donated to the museum by the Medina Society for Southwestern History. Hey there, Tanakh.
Regala's army only grows in strength.
Regala's forces may seem strong now, but
Her machines took out my entire squad.
remember the visions. The old ones didn't choose their fight, but still they stood firm. They didn't falter. And neither will we. Blood of the Ten. You've come to us.
You know who I am?
Oh, the warrior with hair like wildfire who defeated Regala's champion at Barren Light. Yes, you are known to us. I am Dekka, chaplain of the Lowland clan. You've come to speak with Chief Hikaro.
Not quite. There's something I need here.
Anything you need, the chief will provide. Come.
Is that one of the visions you were talking about?
Yes. The records of the 10. I can show you them, if you like. On the
You guys are about to find out why the Tanakh are called the Tanakh.
These visions. You said they're the records of the 10. Who are they?
Old ones, who fought a heroic battle against machines on this very soil long ago. Their deeds are honored in the visions. At least what remains of them. To be remembered and exalted.
There used to be more of these visions?
Many more. Once this place was filled with light and sound, but over the years they've fallen into darkness, one by one. That is why chaplains are so important to the tribe. We remember all we can of the visions, etched in our flesh, passed down by word of mouth from generation to generation. One day the whole grove may go dark, but chaplains who come after me will keep the memories alive.
Hikaro wants to see me?
Why does Hikaro want to see me?
We are at war with Regala, and you've already shown that you can stand against her.
I'm not here to fight a war for you.
Not for us, with us. But I won't try to persuade you. That is for the chief. He can be very convincing.
What does it mean to be a chaplain here?
We who outlast our youth study the visions and share their wisdom with our young.
What kind of wisdom?
How to be a true warrior. To fight with bravery and unflinching honor. And to know when to call for peace. You can see for yourself when we go inside.
Sorry about that, guys.
All right, let's go see Chief Hikaro.
He's in his throne room at the far end of the grove. Come. Be welcome among the records of the 10.
Yeah, you guys get to see why they're called the Tanakh. You get to look at the records of the 10 along the way.
It's glitched. Incomplete.
Joint Force 10 active. Led by weapons were battle.
The 10 were dedicated soldiers, working together as a squad and sharing in their duty. And when the time came for battle, they took to the skies and leaped to glory. All Tanakh seek to follow their example. For the chief, it was one of the few things the clans had in common.
Okay. Okay. The 73H exhibit, Data Corrupted, was the origin of the Executive Order 20363007-3H, which used congressionally, granted emergency powers to mandate the evacuations of most counties in the region outside of Los Angeles, Las Vegas, and Phoenix. Displaced families and individuals would be moved to temporary camps before places could be found for them in habitable areas. To enforce the order, the government threatened to nullify existing water agreements between the Northwest and the Southwest, essentially turning off the taps for the so-called Tri-State Hot Zone. To its supporters, 73H was a humanitarian effort designed to preserve resources and help climate-stricken Southwestern families start new lives. To its opponents, the order was a clear bait and switch. The federal government had broken its deal with Medina in a greedy land grab that employed eminent domain to seize mining claims. At the same time, it would place Southwestern refugees in fenced-in camps, which were quickly disparaged as 73 Hell, a provision that incited immediate... Alright. Another one over here. Staff instructions. Mail from Mika Cardoni. To Andy Wright, staff instructions. Hi Andy, could you please inform relevant staff in maintenance, hosting, and security of the following new opening and closing protocols? I've already briefed White and Shania on at music. Thank you, Mika. Opening the gallery rooms. Holographic displays should all be live 15 minutes before opening time. Inspect showcases for smudges and wipe with dry cloth if necessary. Inspect outdoor areas for temperature and humidity. Closing the gallery rooms. Make sure the cleaning robots have finished their sanitation rounds. Double check for restocking of supplies. Sign off on cleaning, usually with Ned. Escort cleaners to staff entrance. Final rounds. Hand over to night security through music. One exit through staff entrance. Okay. What we got in here? Hey Natika, how's it going?
Well met, Aloy. I was hoping we'd run into each other again after the flood and Bleeding Mark.
Natika. So you did it. You're part of the Chief's Guard now.
It wasn't an easy choice, but yes. After you left, we laid Kentuck to rest, and I thought about what he said. He served his clan, his tribe, as best as he could. I have to do the same.
I'm sure he'd be proud.
And he'd reprimand me for allowing myself to be distracted.
Can't have that.
Thank you again, Aloy. Strike true as the 10.
True as the 10. Yeah, guys. So that was a, if you guys recall, that was a side quest earlier where we helped her. Yeah, guys.
The visions have inspired many. Take all the time you need.
Finally found the spot on my foot. Been giving me issues. Anyway. There. So we can look at these now.
Blast. Any problem. Unit 10 will remove defending mountain land.
Be nice if
During
these
their
weren't.
war, the 10 climbed sheer rock, braving blinding snow and wind. They stopped at nothing to protect their own.
You make them sound invincible.
They weren't. But the visions tell us of their courage and strength. Something our soldiers aspire to. The Sky Clan admires this one above all the rest. They make their home in the mountains northwest of here.
So Vector, what do you think of the reason they're called the Tanakh? Man vs. Machine. Data corruption partial. Exhibit shows holographic representations of all 7 G-Sin battle drone models displayed during the deployed during the conflict. JFT-10 rapidly made a mockery of G-Sin's non-lethal approach. In engagement after engagement, whether it was a surprise artillery barrage from the frigid slopes of Gold Mountain north of Big Bear Lake, or a desert ambush near the solar plants in the Nevada desert, or wingsuit jump into the jungles of Colombia to stop an attack on a rare earth convoy. JTF-10 soldiers repeatedly proved that state-of-the-art AI and newfangled weapons were no match for human cunning and...
Ten claimed the desert. 10 seized the desert. Others
Oh look, that's
raging sands.
a battle. We were there. That's where we met Draka. It's where the wound
What's this
is.
one about?
The Ten waged war against their enemy in the desert heat, a land too harsh for any to survive. But against all odds, they prevailed. So the Desert Clan does the same. You must have passed through their territory on the way here.
I did. They seem a little extreme.
They take that as a compliment.
10 claimed the desert.
Okay. So, I think Hikaru's room is there, so we're gonna go explore here. Let's grab this one.
Join us, 10. Deep rainforest. And protected in the jungle.
I think there's a way to fix these. I don't remember.
Trap their enemies.
Soldiers in a jungle. Those were the 10?
Yes, they knew how to use the jungle's depths to distract the enemy until the perfect moment to strike. Generations ago, my clan, the Lowland, looked to this one for inspiration as they claimed the jungle to the southwest.
Interesting. Scroll. Carefully written cartoglyphs with Fashav's personal mark, evidently part of a diary or journal. From Dekka, the wise and patient chaplain of the Lowland clan, I finally learned the answer to a question that had long vexed me. Before my capture, the only Tanakh that I had ever had a conversation with, if one could call it that, was a prisoner at Sunstone Rock, who spoke of taking the blood and children of her enemies as her own. Her rant seemed to confirm the lurid stories about the Tanakh I had read in my youth. Yet in all my time in the Forbidden West, I have never seen such barbaric practices. I wanted to know if there was truth to the prisoner's words. There was. Those were the old ways, Dekka clarified, dating from the constant warfare between clans of years past. Since the ascension of Chief Hikaru, such practices have been outlawed. Though not really completely abolished, a few stray recalcitrants and exiles still cling to them. Intriguingly, the acts themselves were never as malicious as the Karja portrayed them to be. Tasting the blood of a fallen foe was meant to honor their martial deeds, and orphaned children were taken from conquered settlements to be raised as equal members of their new clan, which was considered to be a merciful outcome. I cannot help but see myself in this context, an orphan of sorts, taken in by a new tribe. It hasn't been easy, but there are still those in the clan lands who would reject me. Still, the more I learn about my new people, the more I see a nobility that the Karja have omitted from their records. It's also entirely possible that the Karja never actually saw that nobility. Got to experience it, so to speak. Okay, sorry guys. Had to send a message there real quick. So if you guys recall, he was the guy that died like at the start.
You played more than that before.
You have an old world recording?
This box was speaking with voices of the old ones. But now there's noise over them.
Let me take a look. Where did you find this?
We took it from an Asuram Delver. She was trying to steal it, and other artifacts from Tanakh territory. The others were going to bury it in the sand with her. But then I heard the voices.
Well, the data here is badly corrupted, but...
Delta Juliet 9, you are weapons-free and clear to engage the swarm. Good hunting.
Copy that. We'll buy Zero Dawn the time you need. Delta Juliet 9 out.
The voices of warriors from the past. And that Oseram wanted to sell them for shards. The bravery of the Ten should be remembered.
I'm not sure what you mean by the Ten. These voices came from the final battle of the Old Ones.
Another battle? I could learn more about it if I could find the other boxes. That Delver did say there might be more recordings to be found in the wreckage of ancient flying machines. She claimed she had a way to locate them.
Yeah. The box with the voice data on it is emitting a locator signal. I could use it to find the others.
If you do then, bring them back here. I will see to it that they're treated with proper respect. Whatever sacrifices were made by these ancient soldiers, we will honor them.
Okay.
Why do you want these recordings?
Every battle teaches its soldiers. We should learn those lessons, and honor those who fell. That is our way.
Do you get many Oseram Delvers in Tenakth's territory?
Fewer every time we catch them, but those thieving rats would do anything for the shards. There'll always be some who'll risk coming here.
And what do you do with the ones you catch?
Delvers spend their lives in the dust. So we bury them in it, alive.
Oh no. Alright.
I've already found a recording.
I'll take any you find. Let me give you something for it.
Okay. Let's see here. As well. I don't know what to get because some of these are really good, but oh, she only can sell one of each. Okay. We have a Thunderjaw too. Do that. Hide Ripper, Tailfin. With the metal.
These voices will be kept here. They will be remembered.
If I find more of those recordings, I'll...
Yeah, well, we got some good stuff out of that. We've already heard the recordings, we don't have to listen to them. Exhibit allows us to hear the final moments. Using an interface donated by Sterling Mulkey, we can listen to any flight recording that employs the industry standard AirFR encryption protocol, version 3.5.4, or later. Simply place a black box in the interface to listen to its contents. Please maintain a respectful silence as you hear the voices of the fallen. Yeah, I'm pretty certain we can actually...
My focus can detect beacons from those recording devices. Should help me to find any others that are still out there.
This. Hall of Heroes. Welcome to the Hall of Heroes. This room is dedicated to the memories of Roberto Medina, who financed and led the campaign against the federal government and its fleet of General Synthetics battle drones. Colonel Edward de la Hoya, commander of the JTF-10, the brilliant strategist and veteran soldier who held off numerically superior forces. Colonel Anne Faraday, the legendary orator who oversaw early reconciliation efforts, and all those who lost their lives during the campaign and at the Battle of the Mojave. I think there might be in the back though.
The chief is inside. Are you ready to see him?
I'm ready to see the chief.
Good. Come.
It's underneath the throne.
I will We'll see you soon, Outlander.
The savior of Meridian. I am told you held back Regalla's forces outside Barren Light. And defeated her champion, Grutta, in single combat. Impressive.
I met Fashav there, too. He said you were a great warrior. And a man of honor.
His death is a painful loss among many. We will not soon recover from the massacre of our marshals. But if you are here to pledge your service, that could help considerably.
I am not here to fight for you. I need something in that basement. Something that will save many lives, yours included. It's not something you can see, but it is there.
I have seen it. You have named your price. Now I name mine. With my marshals dead, I need your spear. Help me defeat my enemies, and I will grant you access to the chamber below.
I don't have a price. I am not a hired killer. I'm here to save lives, more than you can count.
I count the corpses of marshals slain. I count hundreds more Tenakth, whose lives hang in the balance. I will fight for them. I will kill anyone who threatens the peace, and you will too, if you want me to open the door to the chamber below.
Okay. So by that logic, what's stopping me from killing you right now? And taking what I need to save everyone?
You could try. You might even succeed. Either way, you must fight. My way might hold off Regalla and the slaughter she craves.
Fine. What do you need?
I need more marshals to keep the tribe together. Such warriors can only be promoted at a trial by combat called the Cool Route. I've sent out a call for the competition, but since Regalla seeks to undermine me, she is certain to attack it. She'll want to kill me in front of the assembled clans.
So what, you want me to be your bodyguard?
No. To defend the Cool Route. But there is more. Knowing Regalla will attack, one of the clans had balked at sending their contestants. You must go north and force Tekote, the commander of the Sky Clan, to submit and send his best.
Force him to submit?
Do whatever is necessary. I can't hold the Cool Route with 2 of the 3 clans in attendance. Marshal Kathala will assist you. He was maimed at Barren Light, but he can still be of use. I sent him ahead to the northern village of Stone Crest. Meet him there, and he will guide you to the Sky Clan stronghold. If you have any questions about your mission, now is the time.
All right, time to ask some questions.
I'm sorry about Fashav. He seemed like a good man.
More than a man. A bridge between Tenakth and Karja. No Outlander ever earned our respect as he did. I had hoped he would be my voice in Meridian. That peace with the Karja might become something more.
An alliance?
In exchange. The Karja have much we lack. Our deeds are written in ink upon our bodies. Our memories die with our flesh. But the Karja never forget. Their deeds are written in book and scroll.
You wanted to learn from them?
As I learned from Fashav. He will be missed.
Fashav called Regalla your greatest mistake. Why?
That is not your concern.
Really? I fought against her forces at Barren Light, and I don't even know what her problem is.
She was the deadliest of my marshals. The point of my spear.
So what happened?
Above all, Regalla despises the Karja who burned her younger brothers alive. After we turned back the Red Raids and tore down the battlements of Barren Light, She hoped to chase them all the way to Meridian. She could not see the cost of such a war, nor the benefits of peace after the Mad Sun King fell. When I accepted of odds and treaties, she went mad, called me traitor, challenged me before the marshals.
What did you do when Regala challenged you?
If you were Tenakth, you would know that such a challenge cannot be refused. It was not easy to subdue her. I bear 7 scars from that fight. The other marshals wanted me to execute her on the spot, but I found I could not sever the bond between us. Her loyalty had been as boundless as her rage, so I spared her. Rather than mercy, she took it as a humiliation, one she will never be free from.
Okay.
So Regala wants you dead.
She does. But that will not be enough. She won't rest until all 3 clans fall in behind her as she marches on Meridian. Who knows? With machines under her control, perhaps she can raze it to the ground.
It's been tried before.
So I hear.
What exactly is the Cool Route?
Where once the clans fought each other, now we fight as one, against the machines. That is my law made manifest in the Cool Route. Each clan must send contestants whenever I call for the ritual. These contestants face trial by combat against machines in an arena just beyond these walls. Those who distinguish themselves become marshals who bind the tribe together as peacekeepers.
Okay.
You called them peacekeepers, but the marshals I met at the embassy were warriors.
Warriors, yes, but more. They renounce the clan that birthed them and pledge themselves to order and peace. They enforce my law. They settle disputes and stand for Tenakth in parley with other tribes. Without them, I cannot rule, which is why you must ensure the next Cool Route takes place.
Why won't the Sky Clan send contestants to the Cool Route?
Of the 3 clans, they have the most defensible base, protected by a mighty wall called the Bulwark. Their commander believes he can wait out the war between Regala's forces and my own, safe behind his barrier.
Staying strong, while you and Regala weaken each other.
You think like a seasoned marshal. Good.
Why send me to deal with the Sky Clan?
All Tenakth respect strength, and you drove Regala back at Barren Light.
That and most of your marshals are dead?
Correct.
What about Katalo? Can't he do it by himself?
He is maimed. They will no longer respect him.
That hardly seems fair.
What is fair about losing an arm? Whether they respect him or not, Katalo still has worth. He knows the Sky Clan. He was raised in their base. He will guide you well.
You said you saw what's in the basement?
I did, on the day of my greatest victory.
What do you mean?
For a dozen generations, the 3 clans battled for control of this hallowed ground. Only I achieved it. I fought for years, killed whoever stood in my way. When I had finally slain all rivals, I stood alone in the grove. Victory was mine to savor, or so I thought. Thunder roared from the east, and a bolt of blue struck this place. That chamber.
Gaia dies, and Aether arrives.
All around me, the visions of the grove grew louder and brighter, and suddenly a new one appeared before me. The old one spoke, and what they said changed everything.
What did the old ones say to you in this new vision?
Hey, Biggie!
One called Faraday foretold the growing danger of the machines, and said we must unify to stop them. She called for marshals to enforce the peace. Then the vision faded, never to be seen again. I marked the spot where it shone with my spear, and I took Faraday's words to heart. Renounced war between the clans, trained warriors to fight machines, ordained marshals through the Cool Route. Since then, the tribe has been at peace. until Regala attacked at Barren Light.
And the chamber, beneath the throne. You went in after the vision?
I did. Inside is an ancient device. It hums with power. You will see it for yourself after the Kulrut. This I swear.
Okay.
I'll do what you want, and go north to deal with Dakota. But you'd better not forget about our deal.
You will have what was promised, if you succeed. Speak to Decca on your way out. She will arm you for the road ahead.
Sick. Alright, there's actually... Defiance of the federal government, Medina declared that he would dedicate all profits of his mines to habitation efforts, helping as many Southwesterners as possible stay on their land. This unselfish rallying cry echoed throughout the hot zone, causing other mining interests and businesses to follow suit. The federal government responded by following through on its threat to cut off water supplies, but this only galvanized the protest movement. Medina's alliance signed a multi-year agreement with the South American water cartel, Mercer, a joint effort by... Okay, guys, it is time for break. We got about 30 minutes left to stream, so don't go anywhere.